Hi everybody, I just wanted to make a video while I was thinking, because I'm thinking about just random stuff going on with like old friends, new friends, blue friends, white friends, black friends, whatever. I have had a friend, I don't know where our friendship lies at the moment. That being said, I know this girl, and so much crap has happened over the years, and she and I have always been able to forgive her. Like, no problem, whatever. I understand, I'm your friend. I understand you make mistakes, you yada yada yada, whatever. I get it. I forgive you, and we're done. The last thing that her and I really got into an altercation about, I am not letting go. I cannot let it go. I could try my best to try to let it go, but I've already tried to. And I just know for a fact I am not capable of letting it go. I wish I could, because all it really does for me is, add that stress to my life. That's all it does. And so for my health benefits, or for my own personal benefit, I would love to just let it go. Don't think about it. Don't talk about it. Don't remember it, I guess. But at the same time, I shouldn't have to be the one to let things go when things were done to me. Like, when I personally believe I was kind of screwed over a few times, and it wouldn't be the first. Hopefully it's the last. But I've been screwed over by a few people before. I'm not saying this person. No, she kind of screwed me over too. So for her to make a huge deal about something and then go back and act like nothing happened, it really irritates the shit out of me. I don't like when people I know, like people I consider friends or family, call me in tears because something happened with somebody or something. I don't like it. And of course, the person that has caused them that heartache and that sadness, I'm not going to like them. There's nothing that they could do or say for me to ever like them ever again. So that's just for me. It's my personal thing. My main thing is you can't go out of your way to make somebody look like a complete shitbag and then 4 months later want everybody to forgive him and like them again and deal with him and be tolerant of him. I don't think that's fair. I know almost everybody in my life hates my husband. And you know what? That's fine. They can if they want. They don't have to marry. They're not married to him. They don't have to cook for him, clean for him, fuck him. They're not doing any of that stuff, so I don't give a fuck if they like my husband or not. But I'm not going to be surprised that, if I go to you and like, yeah, he's a dick and he's doing this and this and this and this and this. I'm not going to go back a week later and be like, well, why don't you like him? Bitch, what? Like, are we being serious? 'Cause I feel like this isn't serious. I feel like this is a joke, but I don't want to act like it's a joke and offend you, but you're kind of offending me if it's not a joke, kind of thing. I've had cousins do that shit to me a lot, too. Like, if you don't like somebody, don't fucking be with them. If they really treat you like shit, do not be with them. If they're abusive, do not be with them. Now, people nowadays only takes them about a month of meeting somebody. Okay, let's go through this. Okay, nowadays, it takes maybe 2 days for somebody to know you before, or have met you, they don't even know you, to want to start a relationship with you. So you guys start dating in like 2 days. And you start saying you love each other within maybe a week and a half for those who are a little iffy about it. And within a month, you're engaged of knowing each other. Not like a month after you know each other. No, a month within knowing each other, you're engaged. Within 2, maybe 3 months total into this relationship. So maybe at most a month or 2 after you guys get engaged, you're married. That makes no goddamn fucking sense to me. I personally don't believe you can marry somebody you don't know. And it takes more than 4 months to know somebody. It takes more than 6 months to really know somebody. I've known my husband for like 9+ years. And we just got married not even 3 years ago. It's not even 2 years ago yet. Literally, it's been a year and some change since we've been married. Not known each other, just married. It was 9+ years before we got married. Dude, like, I don't know if anybody else sees where I think that's the better choice to do. Mainly because then you know who the hell you're getting married to. You can't expect to know somebody in 2 months, and then when they fuck up, because then they start acting like themselves and acting how they, you know, like who they really are, you cannot get upset with that. And then you can't be like, well, that's not the person I fell in love with. You didn't fall in love with anybody. You're not in love with anybody. You're in love with the idea of being in love, and that's great. You should if you're in a relationship, that should be your goal. Being in love with somebody, spending the rest of your life with somebody, that should be a goal. And if it's not, you don't belong in that relationship. Now, you don't have to think about marriage. You guys just, when you're with somebody and you're thinking, oh, this might last them like 2 months. Get the fuck out now. If you're honestly thinking, oh, this might last 2 or 3 months, get out now. Because all you're doing is wasting your time and the other person's time. Now, and then the other person could be falling head over fucking heels with you. And then 3 months down the road, you're going to be like, oh, I don't really feel it. Bitch, what? So you let me on for 3 months just to see if maybe you might change your mind? No. That's not how this works. It's not how it fucking works. I'm sorry I'm yawning so much. I'm really tired. But, you can't make somebody out to be a bad guy and then expect everybody to love them. That's not reality. That's not realistic. If you are going to sit here and badmouth anybody, it could be a friend, a family member, an ex, anybody, and then you start bringing that person back around all the time, within, especially when it only took you 2 weeks to decide, hey, that I don't want to be with you, you make me miserable, and then 2 weeks later, you're like, oh, no, we're back together, we're friends, and we're working on it, and don't get me wrong, if you really love each other, I hope that it works out. Do not expect me. I will do my best to tolerate that person. I will not go out of my way to be rude. Be rude or a cunt to that person. I will not go out of my way to do that. I will go out of my way to be civil and appropriate with this person, especially around a group of people. And this person comes up to me and wants to ask me a serious question, and I'm sorry, I'm going to answer you honestly. Especially if you come up to me and you're like, well, do you even like me? No, the fuck I don't. I thought that was pretty fucking obvious. Almost 100% obvious. Seeing how I've not liked you from day one, I started to tolerate you more. I started to kind of get a feel for you. he kind of was growing on me, and then he pulled this shit. No. This you don't get. This isn't like a fucking video game where you die once and you keep coming back and you're fine and dandy. It's not how it happens. Once you fucking die in my eyes, fuck you. I'm not giving you 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 chances. I'm not. It takes me one time, like one chance, for me to realize, hey, you're probably a fucking douchebag and I probably don't want you around. Now, for a friend or for a family member or for a cousin or a sister, will I tolerate you? Yes. To the best of my abilities? Yes. Will I walk out if you are just getting on my last goddamn nerve? Yes. Because I'm not going to sit here and create another conflict, another freaking situation where everybody else around me and you would have to be bored. Like, would have to feel uncomfortable. I will leave. Sorry. Now, if it's just me and you want to ask me some real honest to God questions, like, well, why don't you like me? I will tell you why I don't like you. Honestly. Or if you want to get like, well, do you hate me? For one, there are very few people in this world that I actually hate. And I say that because with hatred, when you hate somebody, you're still thinking about that person. You have to be thinking about that person a lot to be able to say that you hate them. Now, I can say I don't like people because if a thought of somebody comes to my mind and I don't like them, I don't like them. I'm not going to sit there with my whole day and be like, yeah, I fucking hate this fucker. Be like, yeah, I fucking hate this asshole. And then it ruined my day. That's not ideal. That's not cool. That's not fun. And it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to do that, if you ask me. So, that being said, I do try to tolerate people to the best of my abilities. I am not a huge people person. I never really have been. I like who I like, of course. When it comes to friendships, I do try my best to find genuine friends. Especially lately. The older I get, the more I'm coming to realize that I don't need fake people in my life. I don't need people who are just going to cause dramas or people that are just going to be my friend when it benefits them, because it's not fair to me. And whether or not anybody else agrees with it, I don't care. That's how I feel. It isn't fair to me if you're my friend only when it benefits you. That being said, I hope everybody has a good day. I just had to really get that off my chest because all morning I've been kind of thinking about it and I wasn't really sure why, but I had to say something. So thank you so much for listening. I'm trying to learn new ways and new techniques to deal with people. Meditating does not work. I will admit that. I have tried meditating. It doesn't. I can't do it. It doesn't work. It makes me more mad because I have to sit there and think. I'm sorry. Sorry. I used to be in karate, and that was okay for a little while, but I kind of grew out of it. So I am still trying to figure out ways for me to be more tolerant to people and not want to rip their heads off or break their damn necks when I see them. Not saying that that's actually how I feel. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Most of the time I don't. But sometimes I just hear someone's voice and I can't help it. I want to hit them. Like, I know that's not nice to say, and that's probably very rude to say. And at this point, I really don't care. When somebody has been nothing but rude to you, you kind of stop caring about being rude to them. At least I do. So, if you've ever experienced any kind of trouble with dealing with somebody and you figured out how it helped you, I would love to hear your stories about it and hear your advice. I love getting other people's insight on things. So this would be very awesome if you guys can be like, hey, just don't do the meditating thing. I did that. Did not work. Maybe I did it wrong. Maybe you can put like specifically how you meditate, because I thought you just sat there and you're like, but no, it pissed me off even more. If that's not how you meditate, then tell me how you do it, and I'll try really hard, because my mind races, and then sometimes it gets stuck on one little thing. It could have happened 12 years ago. It could have happened 20 years ago. If I remember it, I will just pick at it and think about it and not understand why I can't let it go. Like, I wish I could take like parts of my memory out and then just throw them away. But I can't, and I wish I could, but I can't. And just trying to forget things is not helping me. I do forget things, but it's mostly important things, like stuff with the car, stuff with my doctor's appointments, stuff with other people. So, anywho, that's all I really wanted to say. That's all I had to say. I really just needed to get that off my chest, so I appreciate you watching or listening, or even if you didn't make it that far or this far. If you didn't, oh well. If you did, thanks for listening and watching. If you have any advice on how to tolerate people a lot better or a lot more, to an extent where I do not literally feel like punching them in the fucking head every time I see them. Although that part's gotten better. Like, I don't want to hit them every time I see them now. But it's still not healthy that I ever felt that way. So, again, love to hear people's advice. And that's all for me to say. Thank you for watching. Have a good day and stay safe. And just have a good day. Smile and be happy. I'll do my best to do it if you will do your best to do it. Alright? Ready, set, be happy today. Yay! See you guys some other time. Well, I technically won't see you, but I'll make another video eventually, if that is what people want. Just give me a topic to actually talk about, because right now it's just random shit that pops in my head. So, yeah. Again, one last time. Bye, have a good day, stay safe, and have fun, and be healthy.